I'm on.
Okay.
Right. If I could get a motion and approval on our previous meeting minutes from our meeting held on January 13th. Can I get a motion?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Our first piece is ordinance determining to proceed with the improvement of Waterloo Road between the termini of Manchester Road and Glenmont Avenue by resurfacing and declaring an emergency. Mr. Lutto?
Thank you, Madam Chairman, members of the committee. Yes, this piece of legislation is a resurfacing project that we are going to manage, that ODOT asked us to manage. So between this piece of legislation and the next one is the next section of Waterloo Road. We're gonna pave 3.5 miles of Waterloo Road. So this first section, we received $700,000 of grant money from the Surface Transportation Block Grant Fund, and I have to give Mike Teodecki and his team behind me from engineering to go after these funds to allow us to do this. So we're going to bid this probably late March, early, in the spring, and then we will, we're going to bid it as one project, both of these pieces of legislation together, and you'll see this paving to commence probably sometime in early summer.
Okay, any questions from committee members? Mr. Kamer?
Thank you, Ms. Chairwoman. I just want to commend the Service Director's Office and also all the engineers involved in this. Obviously, this is a big portion of my ward, and I've heard a lot of concerns over the last couple of years. So really excited about this and can't wait till it gets done, and just want to make sure my name's added to the two pieces, please. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? Any questions from council? What's your pleasure?
Consent's fine.
Okay, can I get a motion for consent?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, our next piece. Ordinance determining to proceed with the improvement of Waterloo Road between the termini of Glenmont Avenue and Kelly Avenue by resurfacing and declaring an emergency. Mr. Lutto.
Thank you, Madam Chairman, members of the committee. Yes, this is the second half of that project. As you said, from Glenmont to Kelly Avenue. We only received $400,000 of the Surface Transportation Block Grant, but with our passes of issue 4 a few years ago, we used some of those funds, and with some of our increased gas tax revenue from the state is going to make up the difference. So with that, consent would be fine.
Okay, that's fine. So question on the number 6, the first one, will we be using issue 4 funds for that as well?
Yes, we will be using, but we'll be using less.
Okay, okay. All right, any questions for committee members? Okay, can I get a motion for consent?
So move.
Can I get a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All righty, ayes have it. Last piece is ordinance amending and/or supplementing Title V, Chapter 53, Special Assessments, Section 5303, Procedure of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Akron to increase the period of appointment of freeholders of the city on the member list of Assessment Equalization Board to 4 years and declaring an emergency. Mr. Lutto.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. This is just an increase of the members and their commitment to this board.
And they're already on this board, right?
Yes.
Okay, so do you need suspension of the rules?
Madam Chair, I would just like to elaborate just a little bit. We've decided to make the terms consecutive with council's terms because it creates a lot of work for Sarah every year to be trying to find 12 new members. Right. So if we keep it 4 years, it's less work on Sarah. Plus, it's hard to find people to volunteer, but at least we can hold on to them for 4 years to handle the business. So that's why we're proposing the change.
Okay. So you want suspension of the rules?
Yes,
or-
please, if possible.
Yes.
Okay. If I could get crickets, motion for
So moved.
suspension of rules. And can I get a second? Okay. The ayes have it, and if there's nothing else coming before us, we are adjourned. Crickets threw me off.